Now we're going to make zucchini fritters. Chef Joe has everything ready and he's going to talk about how to prep this meal and then how to bake it on the day that you're ready.
Alright, so the first thing that we've done a little bit in advance is taking our zucchini and shredded it on a box grater like this, or you could use a shredding attachment on your food processor if you have that. Basically what you want to do is you can either peel the zucchini. I don't like to, there's a lot of nutrients in the peel, so you leave the peel on, shred the zucchini, and put it in a bowl. Zucchini is naturally full of water. It's got a lot of moisture in it, so what you want to do in order to get these fritters to work is actually weigh it down after you've shredded it in a bowl with a plate on top. You could even put a brick on top of that. There's really that much liquid inside of zucchini. And extract the liquid for 1.5 hours to maybe 2 hours. After that point, you can wrap it all in a clean kitchen towel or in some paper towels and really squeeze it out. That's something fun you can let the kids do, let them play around, squeeze that out into the sink. You can even reserve a little bit of that liquid. That's actually flavorful liquid. You could use that in a later cooking application. Then in the meantime, you want to do some of your other prep work. Inside of this bowl, I have some flour and some panko breadcrumbs. I've also got a beaten egg that I've seasoned a little bit. I've also seasoned my breadcrumbs lightly. And then we've got some Parmesan cheese that I'm going to grate directly into my zucchini here. So I'm going to spin this around. I'm going to grate some of this cheese. You want maybe 2-3 tablespoons worth. So I'm just going to grate a little bit to kind of show you what we're working with. I've already have a little bit of the cheese inside of my zucchini. Be careful when you're grating cheese like this. You don't want to grate your hands. I've been there and done that, so just be careful, especially if you're letting the kids do some of the prep with you. Just make sure that they're careful with their little fingers. I'm going to knock that off. You can set that aside. And then in your larger bowl, you want to start to mix everything together. You've got your zucchini, you've got the cheese. We're going to pour the egg over top. Do that. And we're going to add our breadcrumbs and flour. I like to add a little bit at a time and mix it up. I've got a couple forks here to help me with the mix. You can always add more flour or breadcrumbs to dry it out if it's a little too liquidy. So I'm going to add the rest of my flour and breadcrumb. And we're going to mix this up. You want to mix it until everything kind of comes together as a cohesive mixture. And then you can start to form your fritters. Now the great thing about these is they don't have to be 100% uniform. You just want them to be relatively the same size. These are typically pan fried, but to make these a little bit healthier, what we're going to do is actually bake them in a 375 degree oven, which we have preheating. So I'm going to take just a tablespoon, and it's almost like making a dumpling. If you've ever done that, you just want to kind of form it together. You can use your hands a little bit. You can even put a little bit of flour on your hands if you need to kind of dry them out a little bit. Slide those off onto a baking sheet with either some parchment paper, aluminum foil, or some sort of non-stick substance to keep it. You could even do cooking spray if you wanted to keep them from sticking. So you want to form these all. This is also a part that you can really get the kids involved in. Let them form these. It's really fun. Anytime you can get the kids involved in the cooking process, they're going to be more apt to eat what it is you're making. Slide those off. What I like about this recipe as well is the fact that aside from your time that you have extracting the moisture from your zucchini, it comes together super fast, and this is something that you can put in the oven while you're maybe working on other components of your meal for the evening. I'm gonna make a couple more of these. You could really even shred some carrot into this if you want to get some more nutrients into these. You could do the zucchini, you could also add some squash to it. So you could really kind of change these up. You can make multicolored fritters. Any types of seasonings that you want to add into this. You could even make a nice dip for them, such as like a mustard vinaigrette or something like that, just to dip them in when you're done. So I'm going to get maybe 1 or 2 more out of this, and we'll pop them in the oven. Right. Okay, so let's check out the finished product. Fritters have baked for about 15-20 minutes. Set those there. You want to check and just make sure that they are set, and these all appear to be set. Looks and smells great.